You see, the very first time He came as a babe in a manger. And He didn't come to condemn, and He didn't come to judge. He came to save. But this time when He comes as a reigning King. And if you turn over to Revelation chapter 19, you don't have time actually. I'm just going to draw a few things out of there for you, but maybe mark down the chapter, Revelation 19. It talks about what this new king, or this, now when He comes, what He will be like as a king. And verse 12 tells us that His eyes will be like flames of fire, and He wears many crowns. In verse 13, it tells us that He wears a robe which is dipped in blood. And in verse 16, we are told this: and on His robe and on His thigh, He has the name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And that should cause the church to rejoice, because that says there's no one over Him. That says that all lords and all kings are under Him and beneath Him. This is telling us and giving us the picture that He is large and in charge. He is supreme. He is sovereign as the king that He will come to be. Just as at His first coming, listen, the angels appeared at His coming and they worshiped God. This time His angels will come again. They will come with Him at His second coming again. And in Matthew chapter 25:31, we are told, when the Son of Man comes in His glory and all the angels with Him. Now remember this, when the shepherds saw the angels, there was a lot of angels, we're told. But now we are told that He will come and all the angels with Him. And He will sit on His throne in heavenly glory. Joel chapter 2 verse 11 says this: the Lord thunders at the head of His army. His forces are beyond number, and mighty are those who obey His command. The day of the Lord is great. It is dreadful. Who can endure it? And we could do a sermon just on that verse alone, and we should. Not today. And again, just as at His first coming, when there were people who wanted to destroy Him, He will now take His vengeance, and He will bring them to utter ruin and destroy them. Nahum chapter 1 verse 2 says, God is jealous, and the Lord avenges. The Lord avenges and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on His adversaries, and He reserves wrath for His enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Now, these last several verses I read might sound frightful. And they are. If you are not born again, if you're not a child of God, then the Bible teaches that you are wicked by nature. But here's the good news. All of us in here were wicked by nature. But the good news is that if you will come to Him, He will in no wise cast you out. And so I would encourage you, come and humble yourself before Almighty God. Bend the knee. Submit yourself to Him, who is the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings.